back to the channel. Today I'll be continuing What If Naruto Had the Powers of a God of Destruction. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So we open this part with Lee and Hinata training, and obviously Lee is not we're not gonna say he's beaten Hinata, because in retrospect he would be. But in that exact same breath, Hinata has the fucking Byakugan, so she has some decent, and he's not actively trying to, beat her into the fucking floor like he would somebody like Gara. Anyway, so boom, they're training, and as they're training, they kind of get like this sense, like, okay, so what Lee senses is Ninetale is fucking pure, like, destruction energy. What Hinata senses is like chakra, like Ninetale's chakra and pressure. That's all she can feel, right? So Lee, like, they stop mid-fight and they like look over to where Naruto is, and he's just oozing fucking, for Lee once again, it's nothing but God of Destruction ki. But for Hinata, it's the Ninetales energy, because the Ninetales yeah, he's been sitting inside Naruto for a long time. Naruto isn't necessarily, like, I don't know how to explain it. The Ninetales is a creature or an animal or being made out of chakra. So with him being made out of chakra and being so big, it's all realistically speaking, God of Destruction ki would be stronger. But since it is stronger and the Ninetales has been inside of his body, it's corrupting him and not destroying him. If Naruto went into his mindscape and actually destroyed the thing, though, it'd be dead. Anyway, yeah, so after Naruto destroyed the seal in the last part, that's what they're feeling. So Hinata, she gets a little scared because she's thinking, the seal just broke. There's nobody else really around. So she tells Lee that they should run. And Lee, he's just looking. And since he can actually see what Naruto's giving off, he's petrified, but only because he didn't think Naruto had that much in him. Not realizing that the Ninetales is like a secondary battery. A big one at that. He's like, you got your little small normal size battery, and then that bitch go out. So then you go get the fucking car battery from the diesel truck in the back. Like, what the fuck you need that for? Anyway, yeah, so he's petrified, and as like Naruto's just releasing this, I'm gonna say like 5 minutes passed, and at this period in time, they're not too far away from the Leaf Village. So every other person in the Leaf Village that had a decent understanding of chakra specifically could feel the Ninetales. They could also feel this pressure too, but it was mainly just the Ninetales because, the Ninetales. They don't know what the pressure is, they just call it the pressure because Naruto's the only person that seemed to give this shit off, and Lee too now. Anyway, so yeah, by the time Naruto stopped giving off the energy, he's still oozing it. It's just not violently exploding out of him enough to where people can sense it from like the Valley of Death to the Leaf Village. Anyway, so yeah, like Naruto, he stops, and at this point in time, he's having a conversation with Lee because now Lee want to fight him. Like, he was scared earlier, but that's only because Naruto looked like he was getting about ready to get up and kill them both. Because he thought, he did something. He thought maybe he hit Hinata wrong, or maybe Hinata wasn't moving fast enough for Naruto. Some shit like that. But no, Naruto just destroyed the seal, which is what he was explaining to Lee. And then as he's explaining to Lee, some Leaf members show up, and some sand Shinobi show up, along with both their leaders and their elders or whatever. And like when they show up, Naruto senses like this real interesting person in the crowd. So the Shinobi, they kind of surround Naruto, and Hinata, she kind of tell him like everything's all right, they got it under control, but they're not trying to hear it because it's Naruto and Ninetales, so on and so forth. So they just trying to make sure Naruto not gonna blow them up or nothing. So boom, the elders start talking to him, but the way they talking to him, they not talking to him like they there to talk to a fellow Shinobi of their own village. They're there talking to him like he just blew up a fucking town and ran off into the distance laughing maniacally. They're telling him how he can't just unleash the Ninetales whenever he feels like it, let alone cause a mass panic the way he did. And as he's saying this, it's kind of making Naruto mad, because not only did y'all didn't even come to see if I was alright. So even if the Ninetales, even if I didn't do that, or it did happen, I was gonna kill y'all regardless. Cause y'all didn't even come to see if I was okay. Y'all just came to yell at me because I unsealed the Ninetales, right? So Naruto, as he getting mad, Jiraiya comes in and basically saves half of everybody by pointing out the fact that if that was the Nine Tails would have killed majority of them already. And then Tsunade walks out the crowd and she's like, yeah, he would have been kind of got rid of majority of us already. And she's like, I can vouch for that. I've seen him do it. It wouldn't be hard. And as she's saying this, a lot of the other shinobi, they kind of like lose hope because now two Sanin are both telling them that if Naruto wasn't like, you know, if that was the Nine Tails, Naruto would have basically could have just killed them all and just kept pushing, right? So Lee tell them like, you know, everybody could relax now since everybody know what's going on. But some of the other Leaf Shinobi like elders, they're not trying to hear it. They didn't like Naruto to begin with. So, you know, they tell him, you know, we've been planning for this day for a while, right? And Naruto, this piques Naruto's interest. And like Tsunade, she gets like the sinking gut in her feeling. And I forgot to add this into one of the parts, but Jiraiya and Tsunade did have a conversation about Tsunade helping Neji get better to help defeat Naruto. But in their conversation, like the only reason why Tsunade and Jiraiya didn't pop up together is because Jiraiya's pissed. Like he's livid because he got a like parent son / fucking teacher student relationship not like that with Naruto. So when he found, like, when Tsunade came and told him this and told him how bad she felt, even though Jiraiya, like, he told her, even though you told me, I'm still upset. Like, you fucked up bad. Because now if you find out, I can't stop him. I can't. I don't even know if he would give it a second thought. We've seen him do it. And Tsunade basically tries to, like, this is their conversation. Tsunade tries to fucking turn it like, yeah, we've seen him destroy people without a second thought. So what makes you so sure he won't just turn around and destroy us? And like this makes Jiraiya even more mad. And he's like, because he tried to view us as people that he could actually fucking trust? You think being that strong is easy? One miscommunication and he's killing the wrong person, or destroying the wrong place, or going to the wrong place and accidentally leaving the battlefield and now hundreds of people are dying. That's what he's most likely thinking about, because you know there's a war coming up, and because all the other villages are getting antsy against each other after, you know, what happened. So with the Nine Tails and everything, flashback to the future, they call Neji to the front, and when Neji appeared on the front, he looks all battered and bruised, and but he buff, like he's strong, and Naruto can sense it. So like Jiraiya trying to kind of tell him, like, you know, Naruto, you don't have to do nothing. Clearly he not stronger than you. Like Jiraiya already know this is not gonna end well, right? So Jiraiya's like, he's trying to calm everybody down to his hardest content, because he know that Neji gonna listen to the higher ups. He also know that Naruto ain't gonna listen to him for very much longer. So if he could convince the higher ups, maybe he can just spare Neji's life and their dignity, because this is not going to be great. So Neji, like, as he's trying to like diffuse the situation, one of the elders demand like Jiraiya to shut up and get out of the way so they can get rid of Naruto and they can experiment on his body and some more shit. And this, like, as they're saying this, Hinata and Lee are just like looking at both sides like, but they're still sitting next to Naruto. So Naruto, like, he gets up, because he's like been sitting down this whole time. He gets up and he tells Lee and Hinata to move, right? So Lee instantly knowing what might just happen, he disappears. Like, he's gone. He's in the tree 3 miles that direction. Dude's disappeared. Anyway, so Hinata, realizing how fucking far Lee just ran away, she kind of like starts trying to locate Lee. And when she does find him and catch up with him, she asks him, like, why did you run this far away? And he's like, because this is probably the safest point right now in this entire forest. And they were basically just sitting on top of a rock, right? And after a while, Jiraiya had appeared over there too. Like, he came running through the forest after finding them, after sensing Hinata's chakra, because you got to remember, Hinata still has chakra. They haven't been training for that long. So after he finds Hinata, he asks Lee like, so I'm assuming this is for our own safety, right? And he climbs up the rock, and Lee basically is like, yeah, it's gonna get real ugly real fast. Did you stay to see that fight start, or were you running away from it? And he's like, no, I left after they threatened to throw kunai at me, because he's not necessarily happy right now. And after a while, you see like this big old fucking purple explosion off in the distance, and basically what happened was they told Neji to attack him. And Neji was attacking him, but at this point in time, he was doing that weird God of Destruction shit where they kind of just stand there and eat your punches, right? So he goes and he tries to, concentrate chakra into his fingers to do the fucking 24 palm, like the palm rotation, but he, to also increase his strength because he got teachers from Tsunade. And Naruto, he notes that, like, oh, there's only so many people that know how to do that technique. So, as he's doing the rotation, Neji kind of noticed like he's not doing no damage. And when Naruto, like, he finally realizes that fucking Jiraiya is out of the range, and he looks over at any other shinobi and he grabs like Neji by the neck, right? And he starts floating so Neji can't like get on the ground. Like his feet aren't touching the ground. He just got Neji by the neck. He's not like let go. Neji's struggling. He fight, trying to stab him, whatever. And he asks everybody, is this what y'all wanted, right? And then like his hand twitch, and Neji just starts disappearing, and he drops Neji, and like Neji falls into purple dust, and then he holds out his hand, and he as they're scattering through the fucking forest, he fires a ball, and that's the explosion that everybody else saw. So Jiraiya, he basically says like, I might have to become a Hokage. And Lee was like, yeah, that might just be the best course of action, because I don't think when we get back to the Leaf Village, there is going to be any of it left. So this is so Jiraiya, Lee, and Sakura start heading back toward the Leaf. Not Sakura. Fuck. Hinata start heading back to the Leaf Village, and on their way back, they noticed I forgot her name. Tsunade fucking on the floor with holes in her body. Like, they're not necessarily healing entirely. And Jiraiya, he picks her up. And Lee, like, he just looking at her because Naruto don't attack people without a reason. So he just looking at her, and Hinata like, why are you looking at her like that, Lee? And Lee telling like, hey, Naruto don't attack people unless he got a real reason. So why did he attack you, Tsunade? And this kind of like piques Hinata's interest. So now, like, Jiraiya, since Naruto had already attacked her, so she can't necessarily hold it out, she tells Lee what happened, and Lee, he pissed because you helped the enemy, and now his fucking family might just die because of your fucking idiocy, right? So now Lee, like, he getting mad, he yelling at her, and she feel like shit, and she's in extreme amounts of pain because she has the 100 healings jutsu, but it isn't able to heal the parts that were actually like missing from her body that got destroyed. So she got she missing an arm and some more stuff. So and Jiraiya basically tell her like, I'm sorry, Tsunade, but when your chakra run out, unless we could find somebody that can heal you, you might die, because you got holes. Like, she got a hole in her chest. They're small. They're like maybe about the size of like a penny, right? He was playing with her. He was shooting penny-sized destruction balls at her, little pew-pews. Anyway, yeah. And he tell her like, you got various body parts, like various organs missing. I don't even know if you'll survive, like, after your chakra go out. And she's like, I'm a medical ninja, I got it. And all I gotta do is get to the Leaf Village Hospital, and I could do it myself. And like, she look at Lee and Hinata, like, maybe Lee would help Jiraiya carry me. And Lee, he pissed. He don't want nothing to do with her. So he already walked off. And Hinata, since she's getting trained by Naruto and Neji is her training partner, she walk off with Lee. So Jiraiya, he tell her like, Naruto's headed back toward the Leaf Village. I'll carry you there, but there's no guarantee that I won't die. He won't just kill the both of us because he see me walking in there with you. So she takes that into consideration, but before she could say anything, Jiraiya picks her up and starts walking her toward the Leaf Village. And she tries to stop him, but Jiraiya was like, nah, I feel like we might be able to come to some type of compromise. And this is why I'm gonna end this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.